What's going on, everyone? Tony Ivanov here with another day trading video lesson, and today I'm going to talk about exactly how I made $364.82 trading one stock only. I only bought 500 shares of this stock. It was around a $4,000 position. Made just around 10% on this trade. It was a very nice trade though, very structured, and it was a clear situation of when you study the past, you're better prepared for the future. So this play in particular was on BLNK. BLNK has been a runner for the past few weeks now on partnership news with Whole Foods, aka Amazon. So it's been getting some very nice trading action, and we've been seeing some very nice spikes and short squeezes on it. So gonna break down that trade, exactly how I found it, how I planned it, and how I executed it. So make sure you stay tuned for the rest of this video just to make sure you get the most information possible. But first, make sure that you check out my free day trading group on Facebook. It's called the Day Traders Club. Have over 4,500 members now. All day traders, swing traders, options, forex, crypto, you name it. They're all in there helping each other and helping you become better traders by giving their best tips, tricks, and practices of managing these markets. So check out those links down below, and I hope you guys enjoy this video. Alright guys, so we're going to go over today's trades. I took one trade on BLNK today. Bought this one at around 8 a.m. market time, right into this dip here. I went long, only 500 shares, got executed at 776. Got, a pretty decent fill on this break of this trend line here at 783. So I'm going to go over exactly why I traded this stock. I've been liking dip buys recently. If you've been watching my video lessons, I've been really focusing in on these dip buys off of previous levels of resistance. So previous resistance becomes support in trading. So you have to understand that when you break out of a resistance level and you dip back down and bounce off of it, that's a very strong resistance level, and it's a very good risk reward play for playing a continued spike. So I only do these types of plays when I am trading a stock that's green on the day. So I'm not going to dip buy a stock that's red on the day, just because whenever a stock is red, it usually has less momentum, and less people are chasing it because they're not really seeing it go up. They're seeing it go down. They're going to be selling. They're scared. Trading is based on emotion, so you have to tap into what makes people emotional. And the thing that makes longs, buyers, emotional is seeing stocks that are green and they just keep going up and up and up. Those are the stocks that are going to see those big parabolic moves, because that parabolic move is caused by people being emotional and chasing it. You have to understand that trading is a mind game. It's a game of playing everyone's minds, and you have to understand that at the end of the day, people trade because of emotional reasons. Greed and fear run the markets. So we have to tap into that and use it to our advantage. So if we get in when everyone is selling, when they're panic selling, well, okay, they're panic selling, but they're selling into support. Not really a smart thing to do. So we're going to buy that support, looking for a move on higher. And the thing about trading is that we never know which trade is going to work. I know I say this over and over again in almost every video, but it really is a fundamental thing that not every trader really understands. They may understand it at surface level, but they don't understand it really at a fundamental level. They know, yeah, I know every trade's not going to work, but at the same time, they don't accept the risk that trading takes. So what I mean by that is, whenever you buy a dip, you could very well have to cut the loss because it drops lower, but that's okay. You have to accept the risk in trading. So I bought BLNK off of this 775 support, got filled in the 776 range, and I had my stop loss at 760 just because that was a nice 10-15 cent stop, and I was comfortable with that because I was aiming for around $1 per share, re-breaking the high of day and squeezing higher. So risking 15 cents to make $1 per share, I will take that trade any day of the week. Granted that the trade itself is based on a good strategy, and in this instance, it's a dip buy off of previous support, which I believe is a very good strategy. It's been working very well for me, so that's the trades I'm going to take. So the previous level of resistance was yesterday. You You can see the stock. Let me move this mic. It's blocking my screen. It popped up yesterday and tapped 782 twice and it fell back down. So that was the area that I knew was previous resistance. And even though we broke that level, we didn't break it by too much. You have to think about resistance and support as, I mean, kind of how I think about it is like a trampoline or like a flexible wall. So you can punch into it and it's gonna morph a bit, but then it's gonna bounce back and push it back on up. And that's kind of what happened here on BLNK. So we broke the support at 782, but then, you know, as it dropped down, more buyers came in, more and more buyers were trying to push it back up, and then it just bounced back up and then held that support. So these levels of support and resistance are not exact. This is not an exact science, but it's a pretty good indicator of where buyers are going to be. So I bought into that dip, and the reason why, once again, is because I used the previous chart history. So this pre-market action looked just like yesterday. We had the big pre-market spike, and then we faded off all the way down to previous resistance. This 646 level, if we look on the daily chart, 646 is this very, very large psychological resistance, the multi-day highs right there. So yesterday, 646 played a very significant role in that low of day dip. After that dip, it went up and broke high of day. This dip, by the way, happened at 10:25 a.m. All right, keep that in mind. So you see, yesterday we had this big pre-market spike, had a failed morning breakout, pulled all the way back down to that previous resistance, bounced off of that, became support, and then did this huge U shape and squeezed through high of day and hit 783. So looking at that, now going into today, we see the same exact thing happen. All right, so just breaking this down, we have the big pre-market spike, we have the failed morning breakout, and then we have the dip down to the previous level of resistance. That seemed like an obvious just light bulb in my head. Like, okay, this is pretty obviously copying what it did yesterday. So I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to take the chance and buy into this dip and see if we can break over a high of day. Sure enough, pops up to $8.05. I don't sell here because that's not enough reward to me. I'm looking for higher. I'm looking for this to break high of day. So I keep holding in here, and then I added into this dip because we made a higher low and we're still holding that support. So I tried adding in 500 more shares, but I only got filled 300 shares. I'm not sure why. Kind of weird with the order. So then once I added that 300 shares in, I raised my stop to 775. So just in case the trade doesn't work, I'm not going to have a huge loss, just a small loss, and then that'll be fine. But sure enough, we get a very big squeeze up from 790 all the way up to 865. I took partial profits. I took half off in the 830s and then took off the rest at 860, leaving me with a total profit of, like I said, $364.82. Now let me just show you the alert that I had in the chat room real fast, just to show you guys that I do alert every trade that I do, and you can join my chat room completely for free. There's a free trial for 7 days. Check it out. Very, 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 very good info in it, and it's very worth it. So here's the alert on BLNK, so 7 a.m. California time, so 8 a.m. market time, or actually 10 a.m. market time. I cannot do math. Dip buy BLNK using 770 support here. Have a stop at 760. So I got filled at 775. So that was the trade that I took on BLNK. Didn't take any other trades. CARV was a very big runner today. CARV is a pump and dump. I'm pretty sure there's no news on it. And where is it? The company released a press release today saying that they have no idea, or they have no affiliation with this big move. So let me just get that over here. CARV says it has not taken any corporate action that would explain the trading activity in this stock. So people on social media are saying that this is a very big red flag for CARV, that it's likely going to gap down. It could go either way. Yes, this price is obviously obviously manipulated, and there's no reason why this company should be worth $12 per share. But at the same time, it's a free market, and the market will do what the market pleases. So anything can happen. I will leave my mind open on CARV. If it breaks over today's highs, then of course I'll definitely look to play it tomorrow. Looking, just watching to see how this plays out. Had some very nice price action today. Went from $3 or like $4 up to $13.28. And I was looking to play this dip off of $9. I never got filled though. You know, my order never got hit, so that was unfortunate. But you know, same thing. So previous resistance becomes support. Here on CARV, you may be asking, where is that support at $9? I don't see it. Always look at the past history, guys. While the past history doesn't really reflect future performance, as far as charting, past history is very, very important. You can see if we scroll all the way back here, all the way back, bring it all the way back here to this $9 range. We had this top right here that hit $9. This spike wasn't here when I looked earlier. This wasn't there, but that topped out at $12. This wasn't there when I looked this morning. I would have noticed this big volume. But the reason why I drew that line was because of this top here at $9. And also today's intraday price action was very, very, very obviously using $9 as support. We made a very nice head and shoulders here, but we never broke down the head and shoulders. So this goes back into psychology. What are the shorts thinking when they see this head and shoulders and then it doesn't break? They're going to be getting out. They don't want to get caught in a short squeeze, and they're going to be getting out. So here's the shoulder, here's the head, and here's the shoulder. This obvious support at $9 is the neckline. When that neckline isn't broken and this is spiking on up, I can almost guarantee that a lot of these buys here are shorts covering because they don't want to get caught in a short squeeze. Sure enough, it does a short squeeze, and then it squeezed on up to 13.28. So it broke over a high day in after hours. I'd love to see where it goes tomorrow. I will leave my mind open. Some people say it's going to go down, some say it's going to go up. I will just be unbiased and just let the price action tell me what's going to happen. If it goes on up, I will look for dip buys off of previous levels of support. I'm not going to chase it. I'm not going to chase breakouts. There's no reason to. Don't want to be one of those people who are chasing at the top, and I don't want to be those people who have the fear of missing out. So I will be patient. I will wait for these stocks to dip back down to where I want to get in, and I will play it smart. And that's exactly what I want you guys to do tomorrow. If you're going to do one thing tomorrow, please do this for me. Plan your trade on a dip buy off of a previous level of resistance. Just try it out. You might love it, you might hate it. Me personally, I love it because once you're past the dip, you're green the whole time. Whereas with breakouts, if it's a fake out breakout, you know, it's kind of choppy and it can really bring in your emotions. So the good thing about dip buying is that it really plays against your emotions and it makes you be able to take the trade emotionless. When I play breakouts, sometimes it is more emotional because everything's moving so quickly and it could just fail and go all the way back down. And that can make the emotions come out during a trade and make you trade not so smart. So try out this dip buy technique. I highly recommend it. I'm sure that you guys will see some great success with it. But of course, if you do try it only in paper trading because I am not a registered financial broker and I do not give investment advice. I'm just telling you guys what I think works. So only try this in paper trading, but let me know how it goes. All right, guys. So thank you all so much for sticking around today. I know it's a bit longer of a video, but there's so much to talk about. If you guys enjoyed this content, please leave a like, leave a comment, and leave a subscription. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them down below. And I'll see you guys in the next video.